Hello, good afternoon. This would be a video lesson on how to solve systems of linear equations in two variables using elimination or substitution method. Okay. So, so last meeting, our discussion was still about solving systems of linear equations in two variables, but it was by graphing. So now we would have the other two methods, which are the elimination and substitution, and we can also have the combination of both methods. So let us have our systems of linear equations in two variables. Let us use the given in your module. So these are problems found in your module. Okay, let's try to solve number 1. So let's have the elimination method first. So for the elimination method, our target here is to eliminate one variable to solve for the other variable. Kasi hindi nyo pwedeng pagsabayin na isosolve yung x and y nyo. So, kailangan ma-eliminate yung isa sa kanila para ma-solve yung isa. So, example, if you're going to eliminate y, you could solve for your x. Okay, so yun yung ginagawa sa elimination method. So, for our first system, so we have x plus 2y equals 5, and then we have 3x minus 2y equals 7. So it would be easy here to eliminate the y variable because, as you notice, kanilang numerical coefficients ay equal opposites, or we have parehas ang absolute value, tapos opposite sign sila. So kapag mag-add ka ng opposites, 'di ba? It would be equal to 0. So, i-add natin siya. We're going to add equation 1 and equation 2. Okay? So that we can eliminate the y variable. So, we combine similar terms. So, x plus 3x, isang x plus tatlong x, that would be 4x. And then 5 plus 7 is 12. So, to solve for x, we can multiply 1/4 to both sides of the equation, or you could say divide 4 to both sides of the equation, divide it by 4. So, parehas din yan. So, x would be equal to 12 over 4, which is equal to 3. So, we now have the value for x. Okay? So, now let us try to find the value of y. So, to find the value of y, ang kailangan naman nating ma-eliminate ay si x. Okay? So, ito ating first step, diba? Sa step 1 natin, we eliminated y. Okay? Sa step 2 natin, for our second step, in order for us to solve for y, we have to eliminate x. So, balikan natin yung system natin. X plus 2y is equal to 5. 3x minus 2y is equal to 7. How could we eliminate x? Diba? Kailangan ang numerical coefficients niya ay opposites. Right? So, etong x, ang numerical coefficient niya ay 1. So, kailangan natin siyang magiging negative 3. So, for that to become negative 3, ang numerical coefficient ni x, magmumultiply tayo ng negative 3 to both sides of the equation. So, it won't change the value of our equation. It won't change the equality kasi kung anong ginawa natin sa isang side, ginawa rin natin sa kabila. Okay? So, distribute lang natin yan. Distribute lang. So, that would give us the equation negative 3x minus 6y equals negative 15. Then just have to copy the second equation, which is 3x minus, that's 2y equals 7. And then we have to combine similar terms, so maka-cancel out yan. And then negative 6y plus negative 2y, that would become negative 8y. And then negative 15 plus 7, opposite sign. So we subtract and we copy the sign of the higher absolute value. Now our target is to find the value of y. So we multiply negative 1/8 to both sides of the equation so that we would get the value of our y. That would become y is equal to, okay, negative times negative is positive. Positive 8 over 8 is just 1. So, nakita na natin. So, our solution for the first system of linear equations would be x is 3, y is equal to 1. You could write it as an ordered pair. Okay, 3, 1. Okay, now, how could we check? Okay, to check kung tama yung solution na hanap natin, we just have to substitute these values ng x and y dun sa ating system of linear equations. Okay, so we have, it should result to a true statement. So, ito yung equation 1, x plus 2y equals 5. Substitute natin yung value ni x dyan, value ni y dyan kay y. So, that would be 3 plus 2 times 1 equals 5. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. 5 is equal to 5. That is a true statement. Let's try substituting the values of x and y. And the second equation, 3x minus 2y equals 7. It must also yield a positive statement. Okay, so dyan, substitute natin. Ayan. So you get 3 times 3 minus 2 times 1 equals 7. 3 times 3 is 9. Minus 2 is 7. 7 is equal to 7. So that tells us that the solution na nahanap natin is correct. Okay? So that is using the elimination method. Okay? So, meron na kayong by graphing, meron ng by elimination method. Let's try the other method, which is by substitution. So, substitution, okay, from the root word substitute, diba? So, dito ang target natin is we solve for one variable in terms of the other variable. So, we would still use the same system para makita nyo na kahit anong method yung gagamitin, you would still arrive with the same answer. Okay? So, gagamitin pa rin natin yung x plus 2y equals 5. Tapos, 3x minus 2y equals 7. Although, for this system of linear equation, mas madaling gamitin si elimination kasi nakikita nyo ma-eliminate na agad si y dyan. But since try natin yung substitution, so we'd follow the rules when we substitute. If you look at our first equation dito sa system, makikita nyo na ang numerical coefficient ni x ay 1. So, mas madaling isosolve si x dito in terms of y. So, paano ba gagawin yun, ma'am? Solve nyo lang si x. Di ba, pag solve natin si x, dapat siya lang yung nasa left side of the equation. Okay? Wala siyang kasama. So, how are we going to do that? Okay, so this would be our first step. Step 1, to solve for x in terms of y. Solve for x in terms of y. Bakit sinasabing in terms of y? Kasi hindi pa natin dito mahanap yung true value ni x. Okay? Ang mahanap lang natin sa kanya is yung value niya pero may variable pa rin na y. Okay? So, yung x plus 2y equals 5. So, mag-add tayo ng negative 2y to both sides of the equation so that you could solve for your x. Okay? So, makakancel out yan. You would get x is equal to negative 2y plus 5. So, this now is your value for x. Okay? Ito siya. Sa substitute nyo sa equation 2. Okay? So, for our second step, okay, yung second step natin, dito na, substitute. You just have to substitute the value of x, okay, to equation 2. Okay? So, ang value ni x ay negative 2y plus 5. Equation 2 is 3x minus 2y equals 7. Right? So, etong ating x dito, okay, palitan nyo ng negative 2y plus 5. So, that would become 3 times negative 2y plus 5 kasi multiplication yan yung 3x. Okay? Multiplication yung operation dyan. Okay? So, 3 times negative 2y plus 5 minus 2y, kukopyahin lang, equals 7. Kopya lang din. Okay? Then, you distribute 3. So, that would give you negative 6y plus 15 minus 2y equals 7. Now, here you have to combine similar terms. So, di ba yung similar terms natin, sila yung same yung variable, same pa yung exponent. So, ang kailangan nyo lang gawin dyan is you just have to add their numerical coefficients kung parehas yung sign. Okay? Kung different signs, you have to subtract naman. So, ito parehas yung sign. Negative 6 plus negative 2, that would be negative 8, and then you just have to copy y. Tapos, copy plus 15. Ayan. Kopyahin lang. Equals 7. And then, let's get rid of 15 by adding negative 15 to both sides of your equation. So, you'd have negative 8y, bring down lang, is equal to negative 8. Okay, now you could solve for your value of y. That would be, you multiply kayo ng negative 1/8 to both sides of the equation so that you could solve for your y, which is equal to 1. So now that you have the value for y, our step 3, okay, or third step, substitute y equals 1 to our first equation. Pwede din sa second equation. Pwede rin dito. Okay? This could be labeled our third equation. Okay, so, mas maganda dyan i-substitute actually sa third kasi nakahiwalay na si x. Na-solve nyo na yun si x in terms of y, right? So, we can use that. We can substitute y equals 1 to equation 3. Okay? Equation 3 which came from equation 1. So, equation 3 natin, siya yun si x equals, eto, yan. X is equal to negative 2y plus 5. X equals negative 2y plus 5. Substitute lang natin si y dyan na 1. So, x would be equal to negative 2 times 1 plus 5. X would now be equal to negative 2 plus 5. So, combine nyo, that's equal to 3. Okay, so ang nahanap natin, a solution is our x is 3, our y is 1. We can write it as an ordered pair, 3 and 1. So there is no need to check here because if you would go back to our first method used, which is elimination, ang nakuha natin ay parehas din. Okay, so na yun. Ayun. Okay, x is 3. Ayan. Y is 1. Ayan o. So, same. So, as you notice, we used different methods, but we arrived with the same correct solution. Okay? So, the same answer, nakuha natin yung hinahanap nating ordered pair. Okay? So, that is the substitution method. Now, you can combine those two methods. So, pag combination naman yung gagawin nyo. Okay? So, pwedeng dito sa part na to mag-combine kayo. Babalik ako dito sa elimination. Okay, elimination, tapos with substitution. Okay? So, say same problem pa din. Okay? Pagdating nyo dito, pag nahanap nyo na to, si x equals 3. Okay? You just have to substitute x equals 3 to equation 1 or equation 2. Walang problema. So, hanapin yung equation na para mas madaling tingnan. So, doon natin i-substitute kay equation 1 so that we could solve for y. So, x plus 2y equals 5. If x is 3, ayan, we can solve for our y. So, add negative 3 to both sides of the equation. Okay? Get 2y is equal to 2. So, y would now be equal to 1. Kasi, nag-multiply tayo ng 1/2 to both sides. Okay? So, see, nahanap pa rin natin yung correct value. Mas maiksi pa to kasi nag-combine tayo. So, pinaghalo natin si elimination and si substitution. Okay? Walang problema kung gusto nyo mag-combine. Okay? Kung gusto nyo pure elimination, wala ring problema. Pure substitution, okay lang din. If you would like to use by graphing, why not? Okay? Pero mas matrabaho yung by graphing. Okay? Kasi kailangan ay tama yung pagka-graph mo. So, that's all. I hope this is helpful. Okay, nakakatulong sa inyo. And be ready for our summative test later.